question is, as I've been doing this work, I realize, like, yes, create this AI infrastructure for universities, but I'm seeing that the AI infrastructure needs to be embedded in every industry. Like, the entire way that we do business on the operations side, using blockchain to help with the governance of our finances, like, it's all changing. I'm curious to see, like, if you guys are seeing that in your respective industries as well.
First of all, that was a great pitch. Concise. I think that it has a long way to go in our particular industry. Not at all. Like, nobody can create operational workflows for apparel manufacturing because there's so many variables that it just doesn't work. If you change the stretch of the fabric like 2%, then the answer changes. I did notice something recently. I was in New York last week and meeting with a bunch of like press and editors and things like that. And they said that they're actually going back, this is one instance, but they're going back to using a landline or their cell phone because their email box is so much spam with like AI bots that it's gotten so much worse. And I don't know if everybody's noticed in the past like 6 months, like your inbox is trash. So the 3 things that you actually want to read, you wake up and it's like, oh, you have 103,000 emails and 400 million texts, right? So I was meeting with people and they were like, here's my number, fucking call me. Because I can't get anything through the noise of these like AI bots. I think they're so smart, and they go on LinkedIn and they're like, oh, did you go to this high school and you know this person, so that it looks like, that it's like a real email. So it takes you time to like cut through all of that to find the real ones. So I think in some cases, like these people think, oh, I'm like, how good is that outreach really doing? That can't be effective. And now you've like stolen everyone's email addresses and obliterated it, which is a misuse of what LinkedIn was for in the first place, which everyone's LinkedIn is now trash, which used to be the way that you could get to buyers and press. I could get to anybody. I could message any CEO in the world and would get a response. Now, not. And then I'm also the recipient, where it's like all the AI bots are feeding everything into LinkedIn at 4,000 messages in the morning. So I don't even go on anymore. So I think it's actually not always effective. And I think that sometimes it's gonna take some time before we get through what the intended use case was. And whatever it is that that's for probably has a use case, but then everyone else is just using it to like blanket everyone, which isn't helpful to anyone. So I don't know that we're quite there yet, and the AI is not smart enough. And we did have a couple of use cases in my sphere where we did download and make some AI framework for a lot of things for apparel manufacturing. But it's so nuanced, and we're so far away from that. And then has anyone noticed too that even like the basic things of ChatGPT has gotten worse because now it's pay to play as well? So we have a short window of time before that's all pay to play too. So there's nowhere to look for anything based on merit. You're gonna find encyclopedias. So I think in some cases it'll come back around to analog because the top editors and buyers in the world are giving me their landline number. So I'm not actually sure that we're and I'm totally pro like AI and tech, obviously, but I'm just like, I think it's a long time before the framework of where it's gathering the data is either built for that one use case with people that have loaded it with that, because when it's just an internet search tool, then that just opens it up to pay to play, and then it's a dumpster fire again, and we're back to square one. So I don't know. That's and the workflows that when I see these things, like write your emails for you. I'm like, oh yeah, write my email for me. I want to see how much you know about the changing of the 96.4% of nylon spandex to 93.7, and let me know how the fit changes on a 36D. Because there's 4 people in the world that know that. So I seriously doubt that. It's just not, people say, oh, it optimizes it. I think there are industries that are very sort of like, everything's always the same. But for ours, there's so many variables, it's just not gonna, which, hey babe, at least our jobs aren't getting taken away. Anyway.
In game development.